study,
and play come together on a Windows 11 PC.
And for a limited time, college students get
The best of both worlds.
Get the Unreal College Deal. Everything you need to study and play with select Windows 11 PCs. Eligible students get a year of Microsoft 365 Premium and a year of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with a custom color Xbox wireless controller. Learn more at windows.com/student offer. While supplies last. Ends June 30th. Terms at aka.ms/collegepc.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Welcome to Supernatural Japan. Today we're exploring one of Japan's strangest and most mysterious yokai, the Azuki Arai, or Bean Washer. Unlike terrifying demons or monstrous creatures that lurk in dark forests, the Azuki Arai is known for something far more ordinary, and somehow much more unsettling. Deep in the Japanese countryside, near rivers, streams, and mountain valleys, people have long reported hearing an eerie sound in the darkness. It sounds like someone washing red beans. Splash, swish, splash, accompanied by a strange song drifting through the night air. But when curious travelers follow the sound, they often discover something they wish they hadn't. My name's Kevin O'Shea, and you're listening to Supernatural Japan. The Azuki Arai is a traditional Japanese yokai found throughout Western Japan, particularly in regions such as Hiroshima, Okayama, Shimane, and Hyogo. The creature's name literally means bean washer, referring to the red azuki beans commonly used in Japanese sweets and traditional dishes. Descriptions of the Azuki Arai vary depending on the region. In some stories, it appears as a small goblin-like creature with a large head and long arms. In others, it resembles an elderly man, a child, or even a one-eyed monster crouched beside a riverbank. What remains consistent is its peculiar behavior. The creature spends its nights washing azuki beans in flowing water while singing an eerie rhyme. Travelers would hear the unmistakable sound of beans being rinsed and stirred, followed by a haunting chant. Yet, when they approached the source of the noise, the creature would often vanish without a trace. One of the most famous aspects of the Azuki Arai is its song. Like many yokai, its appearance is not always witnessed directly. Instead, people encounter the sound first. And various versions of the rhyme exist throughout Japan, but one common version translates roughly as, "Shall I wash my beans or shall I eat someone? Shall I wash my beans or catch a human?" Imagine walking alone along a mountain path at night and hearing that echo from the darkness below. The song creates an unsettling tension because it sounds almost playful, yet carries an unmistakable threat. Folklore often describes travelers freezing in fear, unsure whether they were hearing a harmless spirit or something far more dangerous. The ambiguity is part of what makes the Azuki Arai so memorable. Is it simply washing beans, or is it deciding whether you might be its next meal? Despite its ominous song, many legends portray the Azuki Arai as more mischievous than murderous. In numerous tales, people who ignored the sounds and continued on their way were left unharmed. Trouble usually came to those who investigated. Some stories claim the curious would slip into rivers, fall down embankments, or become lost in the darkness. In this interpretation, the Azuki Arai serves as a cautionary spirit, warning people not to wander near dangerous waterways at night. That's very similar to the kappa as well, isn't it? Japan's rural landscape was once filled with fast-moving streams, irrigation canals, and steep riverbanks. And before modern lighting and infrastructure, a nighttime fall into a river could easily prove fatal. Yokai, like the Azuki Arai, may have evolved as supernatural explanations for these real dangers. As with many Japanese yokai, the Azuki Arai changes depending on where the story is told. In some regions, the creature is known as the Azuki Togi, or bean grinder. Elsewhere, it's described as a tiny monster no larger than a child. Certain legends connect it to mountain spirits, while others suggest it may be a ghost of a deceased villager endlessly performing a mundane task. Some versions become much darker. In parts of western Japan, the Azuki Arai is linked to another creature known as the Azuki Baba, an old woman yokai who uses beans to lure victims closer before attacking them. These stories blur the line between harmless trickster and predatory monster. This diversity is one reason yokai folklore remains so fascinating. Every village added its own details, creating a patchwork of legends across the country. So why beans? That's a really good question, everyone. The choice of Azuki beans may seem random, but beans have held symbolic importance in Japanese culture for centuries. They are associated with purification, protection from evil spirits, and religious ceremonies. Even today, roasted beans are thrown during Setsubun, celebrations to drive away demons and bad luck. The image of a supernatural being endlessly washing beans beside a river may therefore carry a deeper symbolic meaning. Some folklorists believe the repetitive action represents purification rituals, and others say it reflects the daily rhythms of rural life transformed into something uncanny. After all, one of the hallmarks of Japanese horror is the corruption of the ordinary. Something as simple as washing beans becomes terrifying when heard in the darkness from an unseen source. While few people today claim to have seen an Azuki Arai, stories about the creature continue to circulate in books, manga, anime, and local folklore collections. It remains one of Japan's most recognizable auditory yokai, a spirit known primarily through sound rather than appearance. And even now, hikers and campers in remote mountain areas occasionally joke about hearing strange splashing noises after dark. Rational explanations usually follow, but the old stories remain. In a country where folklore and landscape are deeply intertwined, it isn't difficult to imagine the bean washer still crouching beside a forgotten stream, singing to itself beneath the moonlight. The Azuki Arai may not be Japan's most powerful yokai, but it is certainly one of the most memorable. It reminds us that fear doesn't always come from what we can see. Sometimes it comes from a distant sound carried in the wind, a splash in the darkness, and a strange song from a riverbank. The feeling that something is watching you from just beyond the reach of the lantern light. Thanks for listening to Supernatural Japan. If you want to help our podcast grow, please leave us an amazing rating and review wherever you listen to us. It definitely helps. Now, if you want to see what the Azuki Arai looks like, go follow us on Instagram right now, everyone, at Supernatural Japan. And join our Facebook group too. There's a lot of stuff. Over on Instagram these days, I'm putting a lot of reels. So there's a lot of short form video content about different episodes of the podcast. There's also a lot of cool photos and all kinds of other spooky stuff over there on Instagram. Links are in the show notes or over on supernaturaljapan.com. And by the way, you awesome listeners out there, I am collecting primary research through interviews, emails, and more from people who've had strange experiences or supernatural encounters in Japan. Now, if you have a story to share, I would love to hear it, everyone. I would love to hear it. Please DM me on any of the social media platforms I use, such as Instagram, X, Blue Sky, or Facebook, or you can reach out to me in the contact form at supernaturaljapan.com, or you can email me at supernaturaljapan@gmail.com. I'm putting this together as a book, guys. There will be a Supernatural Japan book coming along. I've already been talking to some incredible people with incredible stories, and I want to hear your story, everyone. Okay, so I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to download Supernatural Japan and listen to it. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be making this podcast. So, The next time you find yourself walking beside a quiet stream in rural Japan and hear the sound of beans being washed in the darkness, remember the old warning. Don't follow the noise. Keep walking. Because somewhere ahead, the bean washer may still be singing.